Welcome to another KJ Unfiltered. So today we're going to talk about packing for Korea. So I have decided to move to Korea. Congrats and welcome. So my coworkers and I were talking the other day about what if we could go back, what would we tell ourselves knowing what we know now? And it was kind of funny talking around the table, and almost everyone had the same response. They're like, when we were packing, we kept thinking, they're like, we don't know why, but we kept thinking third world country. And I was like, so was I. And I was like, we all know that South Korea is not a third world country. And one of the girls started laughing. She's like, I brought 12 tubes of toothpaste, as if she needs that much toothpaste and as if she couldn't get it here. And I was like, every day, no matter what time of day, there's at least one, if not six people in the bathroom at work brushing their teeth. One thing Korea knows is toothpaste. And so we were all laughing about the crazy things that we brought with us because we weren't sure what to bring with us. So I had studied for more than a year about what to bring with me, and I kept seeing all these blogs, and they're like, bring deodorant, bring makeup. And I was like, makeup? It's Korea. They're like the beauty capital everywhere. And I found out later, it's like, no, bring makeup if you don't have pale skin. And I was like, oh, well, then I'm good with the makeup there. So I wanted to tell you my list of if I could go back and repack and what I would bring with me, knowing what I know now. So, if you like extra large towels, bring it with you. Especially if you like cotton towels and not micro whatever. A lot of the towels here are that quick dry because, again, most of the bathrooms are wet rooms. So, that means you don't have a shower door. The whole bathroom kind of gets wet when you take a shower, and then you kind of like squeegee the floor to a drain. It does dry super, super fast. That's the one thing that shocked me. I took a shower earlier today, and within like 10 minutes, even my shower was completely dry, and I have a door. So the towels here are meant to dry very fast. I only brought one towel with me, thinking, oh, when I get there, I'll get more towels, even if they're smaller. And my brain was thinking, K-dramas, the guys are wrapped in towels. I don't know where they find those towels. They must ship them from the US, because they don't have them in Korea. If they do, they're hiding them from me. The bath towels are like what we would step on in the US. Like the ones you'd put on the floor to catch any water when you're getting out of the shower. So that is their body towels. So if you like those extra large ones, bring a few with you. I only brought one. I wish I'd brought like 3. So then I can change them out because it does take a while when you wash them. There are no dryers unless you go to a laundromat and then you pay for a dryer. So it does take them a while to dry. The biggest thing is medicine. My entire list, if anyone goes back to the US and they're like, hey, do you want us to get something? My list is food and medicine. So if you are a girl and you know you have that time of month, stock up on those meds. They don't have those in Korea. You can go to the pharmacist and tell them what's going on, and then they'll give you like 3 kind of meds, and you're like, I just want a simple painkiller, just make the pain stop so I can deal with my first, second, third, and fourth graders. And they're like, oh, we don't have that. Or, oh, well, these all will help you with the pain. They don't touch the pain, especially if you have taken a lot of meds in the US. So I have taken meds for a long time there. So I have a high tolerance. So even when I have a headache, I'm taking the extra strength painkillers that I brought from the U.S. And those are about to run out. It will be a sad day in Korea when that happens. But when you're here, you'll find out just how many meds you can't get that you could easily go to the store and grab in the U.S. Or the meds that you have to have a doctor's note now, like allergy meds, you have to have a doctor's note to get. So like when I came here, I had almost a year's supply of allergy meds. I had about a 6-month supply, of Midol, and I brought tons of cold and flu meds. The cold and flu meds here are amazing. So much better than the US ones. Like, don't even bother with the US ones. But the lozenges, yeah. Stock up on those. They don't have like the hardcore cough drops. They have Halls, but they're very mild. So they're not the ones that are actually going to like numb your throat. Unless they're hiding those where I can't find them. I actually had to send for abroad to get some of those that like numb your throat. Because again, if you're coming here for teaching, you're dealing with kids, and parents do not keep them home if they're sick. They will send them to you. They will have high fevers. They will be coughing on you. They will be coughing on their friends. They will sneeze on you. So you do get sick a lot. So when I came, I had one of those huge bottles of painkillers. You can't just get Tylenol here or painkillers. You can barely get it if you tell them that you have a massive headache at the pharmacist. They will give you a million other pills, but it's very hard to get just those normal extra strength painkillers that we're used to with the Tylenol and the Advil. So stock up, especially if you plan on staying for more than a year. So yeah, painkillers, allergy meds, cough drops, lozenges to numb your throat. Definitely pack as many as possible. If you're packing 2 bottles of something, so when you come here, you're only allowed to bring a 3-month supply. I split mine because I ended up bringing like a year, because the US meds, they never fill the bottle. So if I had 2 or 3 bottles, I would put them all in with each other. I'd shake it up, have it go down, shake it up again the next day, so I could pack as many as possible in there. So I did that with the painkillers. I did that with the Midol. I did that with everything because I wanted to condense as much as possible to give me more room in my bag. So the next thing on the packing list, let's talk about shoes. So I'm not very girly, so I don't have tons of like girly shoes. I packed several pairs of tennis shoes. Unless you only wear girly tennis shoes, buy your tennis shoes here. US tennis shoes do not survive in Korea. I have been here, within my first 6 months, I went through all 4 pairs of my tennis shoes that I brought from America, and I had to buy some here. Because they're not built very strong. My longest pair of tennis shoes from America were the ones that were tennis shoes, but they were also hiking shoes. So they were built to do hiking. Even walking to work, it's practically a hike here because they don't have like the cement sidewalks. They have the cobblestone ones, and they put trees in the middle of sidewalks, and the roots lift everything, so nothing is even, nothing is steady. So you are on wobbly cobblestones, you are trying not to fall, nothing is level. So your legs will look awesome, but your shoes won't survive. Um, so I've been here since May, and yeah, about 9 months now, and I no longer have any of my US shoes except for my fancy ones, and I haven't even worn them in Korea because I never dress up. Um, so those are like for when I have a special event and I actually have to dress up. That's what those shoes are for. So those are my only US shoes that have survived because I haven't used them. Um, Depending on your workplace. So I have an awesome Hagwon that lets you just wear t-shirts. So most of the time my t-shirts are logo free. I do have some Harry Potter ones and I do have some Jurassic Park ones that I do wear when I'm teaching my older kids because we're reading about Harry Potter right now. So it's kind of fun to wear my shirt in there and all the kids all talk about it. So that's fun. But for the most part, I wear just a normal t-shirt like I have on now. I wear them every day. These jackets that you get at Walmart, they are technically the exercise jacket, so it's very light. I wear this almost every day, so I have like 4 different colors. I wish I had bought all the colors. No, I have 3. I have this one, a green, and a black. I wish I had bought all the colors because this jacket is a lifesaver at work because sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's super hot. In Korea, you have to layer a lot. And I never had to do that in the US because I lived in Florida or I lived in Alabama. So if it was cold, you just put on your over jacket or your heavy jacket. Here, you have to layer all the time. So hallways will be hot. Your classroom will be frigid. So, or when you have a fever and you're cold and the kids are not sick, so they're like, teacher, it's hot, teacher, it's hot. And you're turning the air down lower so they can stop whining about it being hot. You're going to want your jacket. So different jackets. Several of these I recommend. They're very easy to pack. A rain jacket. It does rain a lot here. Don't buy an umbrella and bring it with you. Even if it's like, oh, but it's a packable one. It goes easy in my bag. It's not that it goes easy in your bag. It won't survive Korea. It is very windy here. So I brought 2 umbrellas from the US. They both broke within the first few weeks. And then I had to buy the Korean ones. And they're cheaper here. And they come with UV protection because you see more umbrellas when it's sunny out than when it's raining. My winter jacket is also waterproof. So I usually just put my hood up and zip it up because I hate dealing with umbrellas. You will get a lot of weird looks and they'll be like, oh, foreigner. But, so it's fun. You get a lot of weird looks, and I actually had one guy who offered his umbrella, and I was like, no, I'm good. I was like, I have one in my bag. I just don't want to use it. Like, I don't want to deal with it. So, like, he actually walked with me for, like, 2 blocks, and I was under his umbrella until he had to go to where his workplace was. But, he couldn't understand that I didn't want to deal with an umbrella, especially when it's windy, and then the umbrella, like, flips inside out, and you still get wet anyway, so, like, why am I, like, trying to hold on to an umbrella that's trying to blow away? So, don't bring an umbrella. Pack a coat for when it's raining, a water raincoat. They always say bring shoes for raining and shoes for snow. And when I read that post, I thought it was kind of weird. I was like, it's just raining. It shouldn't matter. So, like I said earlier with the sidewalks, there's a lot of puddles, a lot of deep puddles. You will step in a puddle and it will go over your tennis shoes. So when they say rain boots, they mean rain boots. And same with snow. I don't like having a lot of shoes, so what I did, I am a former EMT, so I brought my EMT boots. I used them for rain and snow. They work perfectly, and then you don't have to have extra shoes. I also wear those shoes when I'm going out and I'm worried that someone's going to step on my foot. So sometimes I wear them out just to deal with the subway, deal with buses. They're a little bit sturdier, so if you have issues with your ankles or anything like that, or your ankle is hurting, wear those. It's great being able to not have to pack as many shoes. When you get here, their shoe sizes are different, but what's awesome is when you try on a shoe size, you don't have to remember, oh, my shoe size is this in women's and this in men's. It'll be the same size. So I love that. Because my tennis shoes are all guys shoes because they're easier. A lot of the women's shoes don't go up to large sizes depending on the brand, or you have to like just order them online and have them shipped to your apartment, which is not very difficult to do once you get here and you get everything set up. The other thing to bring with you, if you have any like specific spices, now you'll have to check with your airline, but underneath, from what I read, you don't have problems as long as it's like still completely sealed and still in the plastic. So I wish I had brought a huge container of the to make chili, so the chili seasoning, and also taco seasoning, because I make tacos here about every week. That is pretty much what I eat each week. So chili and tacos I wish I had brought with me, because both of those you have to pretty much order from overseas. They do have taco seasoning here in Korea, but again, it's still more expensive than I prefer. So bring the huge, the big shaker ones. If you like flavoring in your water, I have not found those in Korea. I brought tons with me, and I have been using them for about 9 months, and I just ran out of mine. So I bought the ones that go in the gallon size, or the 2-quart size. So those, if you like water, bring those with you as well. You can stock up on them at Walmart. I just grabbed the like I said, the quart size ones, and then I just threw them all into a baggie and put them in my bag. Had no problems getting through. Other things that I suggest bringing with you, again, you don't need to bring toothpaste. Always bring enough where you can survive for a week or two, obviously. Same with shampoo, anything like that. Bring enough to get you through a week or two before you can go to the store while you're switching everything over. Just because when you get here, your apartment most likely will not have anything in it. So you're going to need something. If you don't know how to use chopsticks, I recommend bringing utensils with you. I did, and I was very happy I did, because buying silverware in the stores here is kind of expensive from what I've seen, because they do like the nicer stuff, and I'm just like, I just want the dollar set from Walmart that has like 4 in a little packet. If you get the spoons, it is better to get the long handled spoons and not the shorter handle, but like I think they call them where they stir the iced tea spoons, because everything here has it's like a deep bowl, which I love. But if you have that smaller spoon, sometimes you'll get like when you're going to get something out of a jar, you'll get the stuff on your fingers. Um, so the longer spoons come in handy. If you have any specific pens, like writing pens that you prefer, these are my favorite. So you cannot get these here, from what I've seen, from the few stores I've gone to. I've even gone to an Office Depot here, and I could not find these pens. So stock up on any, if you're super picky. I am super picky, so I stocked up before I left. Very glad I did. You don't need to bring water bottles with you. The water bottles here are amazing. So I got this one at Starbucks, and I got rid of the water bottles I brought with me from the US. I ended up buying 2 of these. One for at home, one for work. Any kind of charging cords you're going to find here, and they're going to be better than the ones that you have in the US. When you get here, you can either get one of their phones, or if you have an eSim, KT does eSims. So when I got here, I didn't want to spend the money on a new phone, so I stayed with my Apple, and just used an eSim. And I just recently upgraded to a Samsung because Samsung is in this area. Its headquarters are here, and the phones are amazing, especially with photography, and I wanted something better. So you don't need to worry about your phone as well. Do an eSIM when you get here. So before you can transfer over, you have to have your ARC, so your alien resident card. You'll have to have that. You'll have to have your address. So it takes about a month and a half. So what I did, I bought an eSIM online that would cover me for 2 months. And it was perfect. Didn't have to worry about it. Make sure you get one that does Wi-Fi or internet, so you can do a hotspot with your computer. That will save you a lot of money in the long run as well. When I first got here, I did not have that, and I can't survive without internet. So I had to pay extra to do a prepaid plan instead of one of the smaller plans. So make sure your eSIM has unlimited data for the most part. When you get to school, most of the schools will have Wi-Fi that you can just connect to. But that's the big stuff. Same if there's any kind of candy that you like. If you're diabetic, bring candy, bring peanut butter. They have peanut butter here, obviously, but it's not as sugary, so it doesn't get your sugar up as the US ones do. So anything here is less sugary than all the US ones. So it's nice for your sugar, nice for health, but bad if you're trying to get your sugar up. But yeah. Again, the biggest thing you have to remember is Korea is not a third world country. They have pretty much everything that the US does, except some of the food. Or it's just smaller. Portion size, everything here is smaller than what you're used to in the US. So if you go to the restaurants and you get an extra large, or you get a large meal, it'll come out as what we're used to as a medium. So you'll look at it and be like, oh, this is wrong, and then they show you, oh no, this is the regular size and this is the large, and I was like, oh okay. So everything here is much smaller, so you get used to that. So yeah, that is the things that I wish I had changed. And the last thing is clothing. So they'll tell you if you're larger that you can't find clothes here. Yes and no. You just have to know where to look. So there are stores here that do have clothes that will fit larger people. So because I knew my school allowed me to wear t-shirts, what I did is I went to Walmart and I just bought pretty much every color, or two if it's my favorite color shirt, of all the t-shirts, the plain t-shirts. And because I was in between sizes, I actually got the size I was in at that time and a size smaller. So I had to bring two. So just make sure you have enough clothes that you're able to survive at least for a while. Yes, I wear the same clothes all the time, but I'm fine wearing the same clothes all the time. So my kids tease me. They're like, "You're in a Harry Potter shirt again." And I was like, "Yes, I have 6." So if you have, so that's my advice. Make sure you bring enough clothes. They do have all 4 seasons here. It's colder here. That's why you layer, do a lot of layers, do a lot of t-shirts, then this jacket, and then a hoodie, and then your winter jacket. And then by the time you get to school, you're still like, freezing. So I hope that helps. Definitely pack for all 4. Winter jacket wise, so I brought my winter jacket with me. It's from Columbia. Love my Columbia jacket. It was perfect for Florida. It is super old, so I've had it for like 10 years because you don't really use it in Florida. But in Korea, it does not keep me warm. So the Korean jackets are a little bit different than the US ones. So if you don't want to bring your winter jacket with you, just buy one here. North Face is super popular here, as is National Geographic. And I actually love both of their jackets. And next winter, I will be in one of those and not in my Columbia jacket. I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, feel free to send me a message and I'll let you know what I think. Makeup wise, if you have light skin, you don't need to bring it with you. Get the ones here. It's better quality and is better for your skin than the US ones. Towels. Make sure you bring towels. You don't need... Korea doesn't do sheets, and the beds won't fit your sheets that we bring from the US. So you don't need to bring sheets with you like I did. They won't fit. They won't work. And then you kind of get creative with what they have here. They call them like mattress covers, and that is their sheets. So you kind of get used to that. I brought my own comforter. They do have comforters here. I actually bought one as an extra blanket, so it's up to you whether you want to bring one or not. Again, just depending on how much you pack. I'm a minimalist, so I don't pack a lot. And I brought maximum weight, maximum bags with me. There is Apple here. They don't have Apple support here though. So if you're someone who needs support all the time with that, don't go with that. Go with like a Samsung tablet, because Samsung is here. But pretty much anything you need is already here in Korea. So you don't have to bring Tupperware. You don't need to bring Ziploc bags. You don't need to bring tennis shoes. I mean, bring some, but I mean, you need to get here. The other biggest thing, if you're larger and you work out and you like leggings, bring a lot and bring multiple sizes. I wear leggings under my jeans when it's winter. I wear them to the gym, so I go work out 4 to 5 times a week. So a lot of mine are getting thin, and I have not found any in Korea that fit. So it will get interesting, and it looks like I'm going to be going to shorts and not leggings. But so if you like leggings, make sure you bring tons. So that is my last little piece of advice. Also, stock up if you wear sports bras and not real bras. Stock up. Bras, underwear, socks. I have had trouble finding any that I like. Now they have socks everywhere, but again, if you're picky, they don't have the shorter ones. They have the longer ones. So stock up on that stuff. But yeah, I hope that helps, and I hope you have a great day.